Hello, everybody. How you doing out there? Welcome to the Dr. Dreamkeeper show. No, my name is Martin Williams. I am the Dreamkeeper, and I'm excited to be sharing with you. There's going to be lots of videos like this that are just me and you talking, me in front of you. So they may not be perfect. They may not be perfectly engineered or perfectly produced, but it's from my heart to yours. I want to connect to the dreamer that's in you. And I want the dreamer in you to really connect to your dream. And I want you to figure out what that dream is. And I want you to plug that dream into your desire. And then I want you to make a decision. That's how life is. Dream, desire, make a decision. Once you make a decision, everything happens. So I'm going to say something in a moment, which is really the title of this show. You've probably already seen it, but I think I have the answer. I believe I have the answer, and I know I have the answer for every pain point in your life. All of them. Yes, I said it. Any pain you're having in your life, I have the answer for it. I know how to solve the pain in your life. Now you're going to say, Martin, how in the world can you solve all the pain in my life? I can solve all the pain in your life by simply explaining something to you. Every pain in your life is caused by one thing. Every pain. So now let's start from the beginning. Pain is real, don't you think? Agony is real. The place of despondence is real. The place of depression is real. The place of an illness in your body, that's real. The place of relationships that are falling apart, right? This is real. These are no games. But very few people talk about the real cause of them. The real cause. Okay, let's go back. What are the three major pain points in the world? Three major pain points in your life. Can you guess? Put them in the chat. Put them in the chat. Put them in the chat. What are the three major pain points? I think we can boil them down to three. Three pain points that are real. The three pain points are health, relationships, and money. All the other categories fit underneath one of those three. Yes, health, relationships, and money. And that's the order. Health, relationships, and money. That's the major categories of pain that happens in all of our lives. Do you agree? I'm totally fine if you disagree, but we have to deal with this. All the other categories fit inside these three. Now, pain is real. We can't say that pain in health and relationships and money are not real. They're real. They show up in your life. Nobody is denying that. Everybody knows. You know, I know, everybody else knows. This pain, though, of the lack of a healthy body, the lack of healthy relationships, the lack of a healthy wallet, these are real. It's pain we deal with every day. Hard to avoid. But do you know that there's something in specifics that causes those pain in those areas? Something that's real, and it's more real than the pain of health, relationships, and money. It's more real than that. Now, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in people's lives. How does this pain show up? We're just dealing with the great resignation, where people are leaving their jobs, some of them making lots of money, but they're just in such pain. They just leave. They just walk away. They just give up. They put in their resignation, and it says immediately. It's not 2 weeks. It's not a month. I'm not going to help you train my replacement. I'm out. And a lot of these people in the last 3 or 4 years have left jobs and hasn't gotten another one. It was that painful. Being in a place, doing something that you didn't want to do anymore. Waking up to go someplace you didn't want to go anymore. Going to be with people you didn't want to be with anymore. Doing something you didn't want to do anymore. I mean, dressing up to go someplace and be with some people you were just tired of doing. You were tired of faking it. The whole idea of faking it till you make it just doesn't work with you. There's also right now this idea of deconstructing. People are deconstructing from relationships, deconstructing from jobs, deconstructing from church, deconstructing from marriage. They're destructing. They're tearing down things because of the pain in their life. Some people are even tearing down who they are. They're tearing down, I am a man, but now I want to be a woman. I'm tearing down, I'm a woman, but now I want to be a man. And none of this is, I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with any of this. I'm just describing circumstances. Now, I want to get to the point, though, and it's very important that we do get to this point, that we find out, why are people deconstructing? Why are they walking away? Why are people dying of anxiety? Why has the suicide rate gone up? Why has the divorce rate gone up? Why are all these things happening? Cancer diagnosis, high blood pressure, sugar diabetes, all these things, mental illness, depression, bipolar, manic depressive, all these things are increasing. Why? Let me give you the reason for your pain point. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this through and through. The reason for your pain point is that you're not connected to you. The reason you're ill is because you're not connected to the real you. The reason you don't have relationships is because you don't know who you are. The reason you don't have any money is because you haven't connected to your real dream. See, here's my point. My point is, and I'm not going to be like someone who'll have you on here for 45 minutes to an hour and not tell you what I'm after. Because some of you who don't want to listen to me, you need to listen to me, but you may click off right now. That's totally fine with me. But there are some of you out there, you really want the solution to this. Why do you want the solution? Because you've paid so much money to get healthy and you're not healthy. Nobody can figure this out. They're giving you drugs that don't work. Can't figure it out. You're losing relationships that are important to you, and you hunger for true relationships, but you can't find them. Once you find them, you self-sabotage or they fall apart. You're not the person that the other folks thought you were. Am I making sense? Seems like money is running away from you, and it is, because money can only be attracted. Oops, almost gave it away. My point is this. If you can't stomach the idea that I can solve all your pain points by helping you do one thing, and that is discover yourself. Discover yourself. Everything that was made for you, every relationship that was made for you, all your money that was made for you, the health and the time of life on this earth in good health was made for you, but it can't find you. It can't find you. Everything made for you can't find you. Why? Because you haven't discovered you and developed this you inside. Once you develop the real you, one of the people I'm mentoring right now, and this person's doing amazing things, and I'm consulting them personally in their life to do this very thing. They had no idea that when I started working with them, that they were making $50,000 a year. They had no idea. Now they make $500,000 a year, but they had no idea that going from 50 to $500,000 10 times, they did not know that all of that was connected to them discovering their dream, their desire, and making a decision for that. They did not understand that a better marriage was attached to them, figuring out who they are, their dream, their desire. They did not know that their blood pressure would go down. Their blood pressure would go down as they discovered who they are. A pill won't do this. Being in the room with Tony Robbins won't do this. No. I mean, you have to figure out who you are, because everything is attracted to who you really are. It's not attached to a seminar. It's not attached to a gimmick. It's not attached to a job. It's not even attached to a marriage. It's attached to who you are, because There's only one thing you can't leave at home when you leave the house. Only one thing you can't leave at home. The only one thing you can't leave at home when you leave the house is what? Can you guess? You're right. The only thing you can't leave behind is you. You can't leave behind your personality. You can't leave behind your calling, your destiny, your purpose. You can't leave behind at home how you believe. You can't leave behind at home what your destiny is. And you also can't leave behind at home what's attracted to you, who's attracted to you, the health that's attracted to you, the money that's attracted to you, the relationships that are attracted to you. You can't leave those at home. But now you're leaving the house as an imposter, or you're leaving the house as a person you don't even know. So you don't even know what's out there built for you. I can solve it for you. I'm telling you, this is what really works. This is how your life is impacted because you understand this. So let's talk about health just a bit. Let's talk about health just a bit, because health is more important than relationships and it's more important than money. Let me prove it. Your health, if you're not healthy and you die, you don't have any relationships and then no chances for them. If you're healthy and you have $1 million, what are you going to do with it? Spend it? Where? You're on your bed. You're dying. You're unhealthy mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and physically. Money can't help you there. Right? So the first thing you need is your health. Now, here's what people don't understand about discovering who you are. When you truly discover who you are, you spend your life pursuing your own dreams. You spend your life tapping into your own desires. You spend your life really trying to figure out who you are and living that out. Let me explain. When you're pursuing your dream and your desire, your blood pressure goes down. Did you know that? When you're dreaming at night and daydreaming during the day, your blood pressure goes down. Your stress hormone, your cortisone goes down. Because what are you doing? You're tapping into the true you. When you understand that dream, that lifelong dream, that thing you'd like to accomplish, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel accomplished, what makes you feel successful. When you're tapping into that is actually the power of well-being. It reduces stress, reduces anxiety. Your engagement in now because you're healthy, you're engaged in activities you love, activities that make sense to you, activities that encourage you. Now, when you do that, now you're in harmony with yourself. This active lifestyle makes you physically, emotionally, and psychologically healthy. Now you're beginning to see you're already feeling better because you're learning some truth about yourself. Going to the doctor and taking pills, being diagnosed, is not health. Health is when you can live and control how your body, mind, and spirit works. And when you tap into your dream, when you tap into your true desire in life, you get healthier. Cancer and other illnesses can only live from an unhealthy mind. You get your mind healthy, your body will be healthy. This is very important. Am I making sense at all? It's very important that we have a sense of purpose, and purpose is really found in you. Purpose is really found as you discover your dream. Purpose is really found in your desire. Your desire connects you to purpose. When your desire gets connected to purpose, your head, your heart, your feet, everything about you comes into harmony with that purpose. That's called health, people. And once you're healthy spiritually, healthy emotionally because of that dream you've tapped into, now you can be healthy naturally. Your body will respond. In other words, my body is an instrument of my mind. If my mind is healthy, my body will be healthy. If my mind is unhealthy, my body will be unhealthy. So I want my body, because it can only respond to my mind, I want my mind to be healthy. And the only way my mind is to be healthy is for my mind to live in that space in which it was created to live. My dream, my purpose, my desire. And when I make a decision for that desire, everything changes. Everything about my health changes. So what you have to do at this point, if you want a healthy body, you have to start to engage in your own life. What do I mean by that? You've got to align your life with your dream. Align your life with your desire. Align your life with the decision that you have made for the real purpose in which you're here. Got to line all that up. When you line all that up, the dis-ease in your mind and the dis-ease in your body will go away because it's all aligned now. Everything is stacked on top of one another. It's congruent. It's on the same level. It's in the same vibration. It's in the same place in which you can live from. I am solving your health problem now because you're going places you don't want to go. You're doing stuff you don't want to do. It doesn't agree with who you're called. And your money is found in this. I'll get to that in a moment. We, all of us are unhealthy only in the way that we're not connected with who we are. Can I dare you? Can I challenge you? Can I challenge you? Can I challenge you to not make money and relationships your priority? Make it your health. And if you make your health your priority and now tap into that dream that you were given. What did you dream at 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, 10 and 12? What was that dream in your heart until we talked you out of it? What's that deep desire that's even deeper than your dream? It's why you're dreaming. Your desire is why you're dreaming. Simple definition. What do I desire? I desire the outcome of what I'm dreaming. That dream leads to something. What's that true desire? Once I know what that is and I make a decision for it, even if I'm not there yet, but I'm tapped in, I'm tuned in, and I'm turned on to this desire, I start getting healthier by the day. The weight leaves my body because cortisone is going down. I'm not trying to eat my depression away. I'm living, right? I'm living in this place which is very natural for me. My body will follow. That's very important that we know. So learn to engage in who you really are. All your activities will change. Your eating patterns will change. Your sleeping patterns will change, which will make you healthier. Am I making sense? I think I am. Put it there in the chat. I mean, right there in the chat. This YouTube is always going to be here. It's going to reach more people. I want them to be able to go back and see what you're saying, how you're responding to this. You're not just talking to me. You're giving advice to friends and family and people that you love all over the world. Am I making sense? So now mental well-being, physical well-being, spiritual well-being, psychological well-being, soulish well-being is tied to your dream. It's tied to your desire, and it's tied to the decision that you've made. That clears up everything. So the essence of the interconnection between your personal fulfillment and dreaming's desires is totally connected to your health. Totally. Am I making sense? So that's pain point number 1. I think that made sense. I hope it did. So imagine this life where you're plugged in, you're tuned in, and you're tapped in to your true calling. You get healthier by the moment. Am I making sense? All right, let's go into the second pain point. These are in priority, at least my priority. You don't have to live by my priority, but I think this is most important. Health first, then relationships. Are you attracting healthy relationships? Are you living in a healthy relationship? Are you looking for a healthy relationship, whether it's marriage, friendship, coworkers, people you can hang out with, mom, dad, children, cousins, family, all these types of relationships. Are you living in healthy ones? The big deal about this is you can end up being a chameleon in all your relationships. So I'm going to be one person to my spouse, another person to my children, another person when I get to work, another person when I'm golfing, another person when I'm out, when I'm drinking, when I'm happy, another person when I'm depressed, another person. Everywhere I go, I'm different. I go there to fit in, and I'm trying to fit in. There's an issue with that. You can't live that way. You have to listen again, until you figure out who you are. Until you figure out, and I call that dream, desire, decide. I mean, it's D3 for me every day, because once I can tap into my dream for myself, once I know what I really want, once I know that what I really desire and deserve, and then I make a decision for that, I'm the same person in every room. It doesn't matter if I'm at work. It doesn't matter if I'm with my wife/husband. It doesn't matter if I'm with my children. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I'm out having fun. It doesn't matter if I'm at dinner. It doesn't matter if I'm on the golf course. It doesn't matter where I'm in the mall shopping. I'm the same person. Oh my goodness. The chameleons are so difficult to understand. You can be a person that we can't even figure out. Let's just say, and I'm married to a beautiful woman, very sharp, very strong, perfect match for me, right? I go with her everywhere. I go with her everywhere. I'm alone with her. We're by ourselves. We can be with friends. We can go to church together. We can go to a basketball game together. We can go to the museum. We can go hear a comedian. We can go golf together. We can go to the gym together. And one day she basically said to me, she said, I think I understand people changing depending upon where they are, but there are some places I never see that person until we're there. I never see that person until we're with these kind of people. I never see that person unless we're out doing this. And I said to her, how often does that happen? Very few times. You're the same everywhere except in these two places. She was so right. I had to go back and analyze, why do I change when I'm in those environments? Why do I change? Why do I change with her when I'm alone with her? What's really going on with me? 4 years in our marriage, I kept trying to figure that out. I kept trying to figure it out. Not only was I robbing myself of a relationship with her, I was robbing myself of a relationship with my children. I was robbing myself of a relationship with my close friends, people I really loved. Are you okay? Are you with me yet? Because I hadn't really tapped into who I really was. I hadn't tapped into it yet. So it made me different everywhere. So I decided years ago to do the 3D thing, to do the D3 thing: dream, desire, and decide. I decided that I would figure out what my dream really was. In other words, Martin, who are you really? Who are you really in your core? I decided to find out what I really wanted to the extreme. It's called desire. Desire is wanting something to the extreme. Desire is wanting something and you know why you want it. Desire is wanting something, wanting to have it, wanting to live in it because there's something bigger at the end of the road called my true desire, which is my purpose here on earth. If you don't know your purpose here on earth, you're lost, and everybody that's going to be with you will be lost. Your money will be lost. Your health will be lost because you don't know why you're here. You don't know desire. But once you know desire, everything is connected to that, including your relationships. I started to build strong relationships. I started to build meaningful relationships. And these relationships changed my money, which I'll get to in a moment. My relationships, because I knew what I wanted, now I was intact with my true self. And there are so many people who are not in touch with their true self. Once you're in touch with your true self concerning relationships, what happens? When you're doing something passionate that comes out of you, guess who you're going to run into? You're going to run into other people who are passionate about what they do. You're going to feel good when you get there because now you're healthy. You're healthy mentally. You're healthy emotionally. You're healthy psychologically. You're healthy physically. So whenever you're encountering the world, you're going to have the right relationships because everybody can look at you no matter where you are. They can feel your vibe. They can feel your energy. Your eyes are always lighted. Your face, your eyebrows are up. You're looking around because you know something is coming into your life that's good. Do you leave the house with that every morning? Something today is going to happen that's going to be amazing. For me, I'm going to meet somebody. I'm going to have an opportunity for relationships, for health, and to make more money because I know who I am. My relationships start to make sense. My connections start to make sense. Who I meet is no accident every day. If I'm going to meet somebody today, I know absolutely that this relationship is going to change my life for the better. And I'm going to be the authentic me in every environment. I don't have to change. I don't have to change when I'm by myself, and I don't have to change when I'm in front of a crowd. I'm the same guy, Martin the Dream Keeper. It doesn't matter what that looks like. Now, when I am in this place, the pain point of relationships goes away. Please, please, please write this down. When I am in this spot, all my relationship pain points go away. Why do they go away? Because I am finally in relationship with me. I'm in touch with me. I'm connected to me. I know my dream. I know my desire, and I've made a decision for it. Takes all the pain out of my relationships. If you want to remove the pain in your relationships or the lack of, if you want to remove that pain, discover yourself. Know yourself, understand yourself, keep your own dream, understand your own dream, understand your own desire, understand why you're here. And everybody around you that will find you intriguing will connect to you, and you will be able to connect to other people who now share your interests. This is what's the most important. Achieving your personal goals can boost your self-esteem. When you know who you are, you know your personal goals, and you're accomplishing them, you're not always looking like you're sucking on a lemon in public or depressed because you have a relationship with yourself. Write this down. Nobody wants a relationship with someone who doesn't know themselves. They may not be able to articulate this to you, but no one wants to be in a relationship with you and you don't know who you are. You're not even studying who you are. That's a scary person. They can change from day to day to day. Let me say it again. I know you closed your ears. I want to say it for the people in the back. You become dangerous to your relationships when you have the propensity, proclivity, habit of changing every day, depending on how you feel. When you show up feeling some kind of way today and you're different tomorrow, nobody that has that their life makes sense wants to hang out with that person. No one. Make a decision right now. Right now, I'm going to change my relationships. How? By not focusing on the relationship. I'm going to change my relationship by focusing on me. I'm going to deal with my own self-esteem boost. I'm going to give myself the drug I really need. The drug I really need is not this one. It's not a pill. It's the drug of Martin, you're cool. Find out who you are. Martin, you're here for a reason. Find out what that is. Martin, you're here. You're called to something. There's a purpose in your life. There's a reason why you're here. Tap into that. And if Martin will tap into that, everybody that's called to him, everybody that's assigned to him, every relationship that's supposed to be his, every relationship that he's supposed to go after, every relationship that's supposed to come after him, all of them will start to happen. All of them. It's natural. It's looking for you. You're not looking for it. You just need to find you. If you find you, everything that's looking for you will find you. Did that make sense? Okay. I didn't practice this, so let me try to make it make sense. Everything for me is looking for me. Every relationship for me is looking for me. I'm not looking for it, but it can't find me until I discover me. And once I'm able to discover me, what do I do in life? I put me out there, the real me, the real me. Well, people don't like me. Forget the people who don't like you. What about the people who will like you once you know who you are? They'll be attracted to you. They'll find you. Let me bet you a penny. I'll bet you a penny that 7 days after you decide to simply be you, people are going to show up. They're going to show up in your life. And the biggest surprise in your life is that some of them have been around you all the time. They've been around you all the time. They've been looking for you all the time. They've been trying to connect with you all the time, but you haven't known who you are. You haven't known. You better share this with a friend. You better share this with a neighbor. Share this with somebody that you care about. You need to put yourself out, the real you, because everything and everybody is looking for the real you that you're afraid to become. And that fear has to go. I'm the dream keeper, and I'm going to help you keep the most important dream there is. What is the most important dream, Martin? I said, I'm going to help you keep the most important dream there is. What's the most important dream, Martin? I'm going to make sure you keep the most important dream that exists. What's that dream? That dream is you. You are the dream you should keep. Your life is the dream you should keep. Your heart, your desire is the dream you should keep. Yes, you. And once you're good with that, you'll be good with the whole world. You'll be good with everybody. People who have hated you will finally fall in love with you. People who didn't want to hang out with you will finally want to hang out with you. People who did not want to do business with you will finally want to do business with you. Why? Because now you're connected to yourself. I think I'm making sense. Am I making sense? I know I am. So that pain point of relationships is really under your control. If you learn how to dream, tap into it. Tap into what you really want, your desire. Make a decision for it and be the same person everywhere in everything that you do. That is the game changer, my friend. Your pain point of relationships will go away. Period. Point blank. Simply put. Right? We got that clear? Now let me move on to the last one. How do I set these priorities, right? Health, relationships, money. Health, relationships, money. That's the priority. Biggest pain points on the planet. Every other pain point can be in those or under those three categories. That's the way this works. So now let's deal with money. You ready to talk about money? Hey, everybody, Dr. Martin Williams here. Most people call me the Dr. Dream Keeper. And I want to tell you right now what you need to do. If you do not have my new book, Dream, Desire, Decide, you need to get that book. You can go to Amazon. You can click the link below. Any way you can get it, get it. Get the workbook too. Work through this process. It will change your life. Life comes to you when you know what you desire. And when you've made a decision for that desire, that's when everything changes. So I'm telling you to get the book. And on the other side of this book, you're going to see your life change. We need to talk about this last priority. And when people say money is the most important thing, it is not. Again, money is not the most important thing. The most important thing in your life is your health. Mental, emotional, psychologically, physical. Next is your relationships. Relationships are a pain point, but they're not more important than money. Now we deal with money. What if I shocked you by saying, regardless of what religion you are, doesn't even matter if you're non-religious, because it won't take religion to believe in what I'm getting ready to say. First of all, what if I told you you were sent here? You were sent here. You were born. You were born here, but you were created before you got here. You came here to earth for a reason. You didn't just happen here. Your name, your sex, your intellect, the way you look at life, where you were born, who you were born to, all that's on purpose. It's not happenstance. You're nobody's accident. You happened for a reason. You happened for a purpose. Clear? Number two, you came here financed. You came to earth, the real you came to earth financed totally and completely. Every penny you need to carry out your desire, the dream, the desire, everything that was put in you, call him or her what you want. I don't care if you don't believe in him or her or God or creator. There is a reason, there is an intelligence that brought you here. There is an intelligence that created you here. You came here full of that expectation. Then we talked you, the earth talked you into doing something for someone else that you don't want to do it for, going places you don't want to go, doing something you don't want to do, dressing to hang out in places you don't want to hang out. You've been squeezed into this position that you never wanted. We had to talk you out of who you were to become who we want you to be. If I want you to work for me, I have to break down your systems of believing in yourself. I have to do that. I have to put together a system that will talk you out of your own destiny so that you can help me build mine. I just don't believe in that. I don't believe that's the right way to deal with people. I think it's wrong. So I decided that my dream is really empowering people like you. Get you to wake up, get you to start thinking about who you are, determine who you are, because until you know your dream and your desire, which ends up being purpose, the money that's designed for you, your financing, your connections, your opportunities, the doors that open for you, the business connections will never happen. Because again, your money is looking for the real you. The money can't go to an imposter. The money can't go to a fake, and the money can't go to someone with no identity. It's earmarked. The money's earmarked. I said your money is earmarked for you, but we can't tell what you are. I said to my daughter, I won't name her because I didn't ask her if I could tell her story. I won't name her. But I said to her, it's very important because me and your mother with you and your brother, we're producing a husband and a wife. We're producing some adults that can contribute to the world and that can contribute to our family. So you are a wife. So for the man that's looking for you, you can't be an imposter. In other words, you can't portray yourself out there in a way that you're hiding who you really are. I'm not talking about makeup, how you dress, or whether all those things where you look nice when you leave the house. Sweetheart, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about inside. Inside, wear what you want, look the way you want, make up the whole thing, dress the way you like, your hair in any way. All that is beautiful to us. You're beautiful. I'm talking about emotionally, psychologically, mentally, emotionally. When you leave this house, know who you are, know what you're dreaming, know what your true desire is, and let everybody see the confidence coming out of you, radiating from you, that you know who you are. You know why you're here. You know what your dream is. You know what your desire is. I keep using those words, but you have made a decision. Because whoever's looking for you, the money that's looking for you, and the relationships that are looking for you is looking for the real, authentic you. You are perfect. Don't let us change you. You are the perfect mixture of what you were designed to be now. The problem is you don't know who that is. And you've allowed someone else to talk you into who they want you to be. That's why you don't have any money. You don't have any money because the money is attracted to somebody it can't find. You don't have any money because you're an imposter. You're not living the real life. You don't have the money because you've not found a way to express yourself and the real dream you have, the real desire. $1 billion doesn't just come to a person that needs to put $1 billion in the bank. The $1 billion comes to the person who knows why they need $1 billion. The $1 billion is attached to the dream. The $1 billion is attached to the desire. The $1 billion is truly, 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 the $1 billion is attached to why you are here. You don't know why you're here. You don't get the $1 billion. It's not coming. The $1 million doesn't even have to be a billion, $1 million, $1,000, debt free, paying off your house, living in an apartment, buying a car, putting your children through college, all the way down to having enough food in the house to eat. All that money is attached to who you are originally. You have to tap into that. And the only way you do that is you've got to tap into the passions that are in your life. You gotta be in pursuit of the things you're designed for. Your career is built over time because you're doing exactly what you want to do. You don't change industries. You don't change all these things all the time. You stay in the calling of your life, and the calling of your life can fit anywhere. But if you never figure out who and what that is, you never tap into it. That's why you're in pain. Your wallet is crying ouch. Your bank account is screaming, this is not right. There are pain points when your children, or when a friend, or when your nonprofit, whatever you're pouring into, or spouse, or grandkids, or whatever that looks like. You're driving around your city and you see all these problems, but you can't write a check. That's the pain. The pain is you have an assignment you've not tapped into. You have a calling you've not discovered. You've not poured into and discovered your desire. And all around you are these things popping up. And when you see them popping up, when you see a need that just needs some money, it doesn't need advice. It doesn't need prayer. It just needs some money. Am I making sense? And you don't have it. You don't have it because you might be called to a business, but now you're sitting at a desk for someone. And they're using you in their business. Maybe you need to start a business. Maybe you need to upgrade yourself in those worlds. We don't know because you don't know. Money follows passion. Money follows calling. And if you want to end the pain in your life surrounding money, you need to do a few things. You need to tap into that dream. Is that dream entrepreneurship? Is that dream scaling the corporate ladder? Is that dream designing something? Is that dream answering a question that they might have? I was on vacation once, and I like to talk to people who seem like they're on the cruise ship or in the space, all inclusive, where I like talking to people and finding out, is this your first time here? Tell me a little bit about your dream. I'm the dream keeper, so I always ask. We were at dinner on a cruise ship way back in the day when they would put you at a table with different people. So they would just put you at table with people from all over the world. You didn't know who they were till you got there. So my wife and I are there at this table on the cruise by ourselves. We're sitting at this table. We're getting to know everybody, and people are so interesting. This one gentleman at our table said these exact words, and it freaked me out. He said, yeah. He said, we're on this cruise ship. Then we're going to go to this next cruise ship. Then we're going to go. He said, we're going to spend a month on cruise ships. Then we're going to spend a month on a private boat. Then we're going to go to a private island. And he kept talking. He says, yeah, we like to take 6 months of vacation a year. I freaked me out. Never heard of it. At the time, my wife and I would take one vacation. Our kids would be with us. We're there. Our kids are there. We're just there together on a cruise ship. We can go separate ways in 7 days. I said, oh, my God. Everybody else at the table just moved on to talking about their story. I am from, Wisconsin. So we're da-da-da-da-da. We're on the boat, da-da-da-da-da. I kept staring at him and his wife. I noticed them, how they ate. I noticed them in their side talk conversation. I tried to feel what they were feeling. This couple's on vacation for the last 10 years, 6 months a year. How is this possible? Doesn't make sense to me at all. Totally blew my mind. So I kept trying to bring the conversation back to them, but it didn't work because everybody else wanted to talk about themselves. And I'm thinking to myself, I got pain points of money. I want to understand how he can afford to do that. So finally, I asked him, they were going to get up to go to the show on the boat. And I said to him, is it okay we talk tomorrow? Back in those days, there was no Wi-Fi on the ship. Your phone didn't work on the ship. So I said to him, can we meet on the promenade deck in front of where they sell the cake? I don't know if you've ever been on one, but there was a place on our boat where you always go to get chocolate cake. I said, can we meet for chocolate cake tomorrow night after dinner? He said, sure. The man and his wife met me, and I'm like, what happened? How in the world can you afford to be on this boat, then that boat, go to a private island, hang out, go spend time with your grandkids, go do all this stuff 6 months a year? He said, listen to me, y'all. Are y'all's listening to me? Are y'all listening to me at all? The words out of his mouth were these. He said, I had a dream one night. I about fell out. He said, I had a dream one night, and it was a dream about this little thing that was 2 inches long. I said, a little thing that was 2 inches long? He said, yes, it was 2 inches long. And because I'm an engineer, I was trying to figure out how many services could I find for this 2-inch thing? This 2-inch little mechanic piece. Wasn't a screw, wasn't a link. It was just this little bitty part. I researched and said in this dream, this little part is needed on every plane that flies. You won't believe it. He said, this little part, every plane that flies needs it. He wouldn't tell me what it was. I don't blame him, but he has a patent on it. He developed this little piece that every plane in the air needs, and he developed it. He patented it. He developed this little part, and he sells it now to aerospace engineer everywhere, because at the time, every plane needed this little part. He has sold hundreds of millions of that little part on planes. Started with a dream. All he did for 3 to 5 years is develop that little part. He made it perfect. He made different versions of it for different size planes, different versions of it for jet planes and propeller planes, and also because this little part was so important in the engineering. He designed this little part for all planes. And that's what he was selling. The way he was able to tap into 6-month vacations was because it started with a dream. What is your dream? You want to solve your money problem, your money pain? You have to follow the dream that's in your heart, not someone else's. Until you discover that, forget the money. Until you discover what he did, how he learned to dream, how his wife encouraged him, how they plugged in. And as an engineer, all the relationships he built, every relationship he built was around designing this little part for 3 years and figuring out how to market it, sticking with that dream, finding out his desire. What was his desire? To build his family, to spend time with his grandchildren and his great grandchildren. He had great health. This man at the time was 70 when I met him. Perfect health, he and his wife. They didn't wear glasses. They didn't take any medication. You know, I asked. Yes, I asked. If he was willing to give me information, I asked. He says, no, we have perfect health. We have perfect health, our minds, our bodies. We sleep at night. We love our kids. And now one of our grandkids got married, and now she's pregnant. It's like, these people understood the power of tapping into a dream and a desire, and they made a decision for it. That's where your money is. Everything you do should be tied to that dream. Every book you read should be tied to that dream. Every friend you have should be tied to that dream. Your seminars should be tied to that dream. Shoot, your library card should be tied to that dream. What you check out in the library back in the day, all those books should be tapped into that dream and that desire. Don't study anything else. Hang around people. You're going to be attracted to people that are doing what you want to do. You're going to be attracted to people who want to help you do what you're designed to do. Your career, all the accesses, all that stuff is going to be tied to this. And your money is tied to it as well. Money pursues the person who's pursuing their dream. Money chases the person that's chasing their dream. Riches respond to dream keepers. Wealth follows the decision to keep your desire. That's how the world was set up. That's how the world works. You and I can't get it to work any differently. Everything's attached to your dream and your desire. Do you know what it is? Do you know what your dream and desire is? I'm going to teach you on the next one how to get there. Before I do that, on the next time we're together, we've been together about an hour here. The next time we're together, I'm going to talk you through how to figure that out. I'm going to talk you through how to get there. But what you need to do right now, if you don't have my book, Dream, Desire, and Decide, you need to buy that book. You can go to my website, martinwilliams.org. You can go to Amazon and pick it up, Dream, Desire, Decide. Pick it up, pick up the workbook. It's also there available, because the next time we talk, I'm going to help you figure out that process to tap again, and your pain will go away in every area of their life. I'll end by how I started. I have the answer to every pain point in your life. Everything that's causing you pain, I know the answer to it. I know how to get you there. You can dream it, but I can show you how to get there. Anything you dream, I can show you the process in which to answer your own dream. To the people in the back, what I'm saying to you is simply this. If you have a dream, that's all. It's just a thought. It's just you might think it's just a fart in the wind. You could just say it's not anything big. But I'm telling you, if you can dream it, I can help you get it. If you can desire it, I'll show you how to make it manifest into your life. I'll show you how to use everything in your everything in your world can attract it to you, right? I'm Dr. Martin Williams. I'm the Dream Keeper, and I'm saying to you, you better keep your dream or someone else will take it.